subscribers, they gotta know. They're gonna wanna know this. I gotta tell them. Did you guys hear? Did you hear? The Florida housing market is crashing. Hey there, I'm Palm Beach's Paul, your local realtor and guide to South Florida living, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to another glorious day here in South Florida. I'm out on the Intracoastal Waterway again in Boynton Beach. Today I'm coming to you from JC Park. They just renovated this park maybe a year ago, I think. They got a nice dog park here and a playground. It's beautiful, and of course you can go out here and do a little fishing. Matter of fact, this guy just down the way here just caught the most massive sheep's head. That's a real good eating fish if you don't know. And he said he never caught one before. I helped him reel it in. So I was at the right place at the right time. Well, if you haven't read it already, or if you haven't watched other YouTube videos, because there's a million of us out there talking about it, but mine are the best, right? That the Florida housing market is, it's going in the crapper, pretty much. Yeah, it's not looking good for home sales right now. You know, I did a video about condos, and you guys saw my condo crisis video that I did back in December, and I told you that condo prices and the assessments and like condo prices were going to come down. People were going to be leaving in record numbers if they couldn't afford, and they are leaving Florida. And now condo owners are seeing out of control costs for their policies as well. WPTV News Channel 5's Matt Cesny explains tonight, for some, selling might be their only way out, because they can't afford the increase in their monthly HOA fee, which is being affected by the high insurance prices and the assessments. They're everywhere. I was just at a building this morning, just construction being done all over the place. Every building is doing some sort of assessment, and yeah, the glory days of real estate, they have set sail. According to a survey done by Redfin, 11.9% of Florida residents plan on moving out of the state next year due to rising insurance and fees on their condominium. That is not good. And if you've looked lately, as I talked about in a video a couple weeks ago about all the condo prices that were dropping, and now we're seeing it on the homes, their prices are dropping, properties are sitting longer, the inventory has just gone way up. Although there's some pockets of South Florida that are a little different, but places like Southwest Florida, they're really being hit hard with it. There's a ton of inventory over there and prices are coming down. So, you know, people have been talking about this bubble for a while, and I think it is officially bursting, because we're definitely seeing a slowdown. I've seen a slowdown on my properties, on the number of showing requests we've gotten, and it's just happening. And well, we're going to talk a little bit about it. Matter of fact, a report from Redfin said that the number of homes for sale went up 50% over in Northport and Cape Coral, which is on the west coast of Florida, where I don't really sell real estate, but nonetheless, it is affecting the Florida real estate market. So at one time, Florida was a great place for well-to-do retirees to buy a winter home and come down here and enjoy the warm, sunny winters while they, you know, left the cold of the Northeast. Places like this back here, this condominium building back here, it's an older one. It's probably built back in the 60s, somewhere around there. And right here on the water, those places were packed full of residents that were coming down here and enjoying the beautiful sunshine. But as of late, man, I tell you, I'm going and looking again Friday with my buyer, because we've narrowed it down to about 5 condos that she wants to look at. And I must have shown her 30 condos over a 2-week period. There was no lack of supply of condos compared to, say, a few years ago, where if you saw anything, you were putting an offer on it because you didn't know when the next property was going to be on the market. Not that way now. There's an endless supply of condos to go look for. And I'm looking in the $300,000 price range, right? Which is a pretty good price for people that are looking for a winter home. You know, they don't want to buy a $700,000 condo. Again, it all depends on your level, right? I mean, there's people buying $1 million condos, but a lot of people are like, hey, if it's going to be a winter place, let's look for like a $400,000 condo. We're going to use it for a couple months out of the year. There are a ton of them available right now. Like, I mean, a ton. Like, you wanted to go look for one, you want to look for a bargain right now, now's the time to go look for it, because they're available. And the prices keep dropping, and they're sitting on the market 30 days, 60 days, 120 days. I think I saw something on the market for 225 days. That one's probably got, you know, way overpriced or something, I don't know. But they're sitting, and they have assessments, as I said in the video last week, and sellers are paying the assessments for the most part. They're like, we'll pay that assessment, just please buy our condo. So as of last month, March 2024, the inventory for condos in Palm Beach County, the number of months of units available is 6.8. That's considered an equilibrium. What does that mean? It means it's not necessarily a buyer's market. It's not necessarily a seller's market. It's kind of an equal market, right? But I can tell you, you can still probably get a deal if you ask with the number of homes. I can remember when it was 2.3% or 2.3 months of inventory, and now it's 6.8. And that's just on the condos. It's also gone up for single family homes. And as of February 2024, single family homes inventory was 4.2 months of inventory. That's a 23.5% increase over last year at the same time. So a balanced market is typically 5.5 to 6 months of inventory, and they're sitting at 4.2. So it's still a little bit on the seller side, but you can see it's increasing, and I predict that it's going to keep increasing as the year goes on. I mean, it wasn't that long ago that I had you guys reaching out to me and going, hey, Paul, we want to go look at a house, and I could find you 1 or 2 homes. And when we went and looked at that home and I scheduled it, by the time you actually got there, I was calling you back or texting you and saying the property's already under contract. I can remember putting offers with some of my buyers on homes, and we were going above asking, and we were doing things like an appraisal gap waiver, where that was if the home didn't appraise, my buyers were saying that's not a problem, we'll come out of pocket up to a certain amount of money to make sure that we still get the house. And even then, we weren't winning some of the deals because a lot of people were still just throwing cash everywhere. Those days, like I said, man, those days are done. That inflated market has sailed away, and now we're seeing what may be returning to a normal market. But oh man, there's going to be some pain. And also new construction, right? There's a ton of new construction going up. More on the West Coast, but there's plenty of it going up here in Southeast Florida as well. And those new construction builders, they're offering some pretty good incentives. They're doing buy down rates on your loan. They're offering you super incentives for, adding extras to the house, whatever, tile or whatever it is that you want to do. They're giving you a huge, incentive that if you go with their lender, they're throwing this huge amount of money at you to make the house even better looking, and you're getting a brand new house. So by the way, because I can help you with brand new construction, I've already helped quite a few of you, so you can call me. I can help you with that and still help work with the process and get you into a new home and show you all the ins and outs of where that home is located. But yeah, so there's a lot of new construction that's competing with the older homes. So it happened to me on one of my listings. We just did a price drop, and I asked, did the people like it? And the realtor said, well, they did, but they actually went and bought a brand new home for roughly the same price, but it was in a 55 and older community, and my house was in an all-age community. I'm sure it didn't include a swimming pool like mine has, but whatever. And add to the fact that the interest rates have gone up again, insurance prices are going up. It's a lot of people are they're gonna feel some pain right now. But for every person's pain is another person's pleasure. There's some great deals to be had. If you can deal with the financing, maybe if you pay some points down, maybe you get the buyer to help pay, right? Maybe they give you some buyer credits to help offset some of your down payment, and you use that payment to buy down your points. Whatever it is, there are deals to be had now more than there have ever been in the past, I'd say 3 years. So if you're a cash buyer, man, come on down. I think you can get yourself a good deal. And if you're financing, yeah, the interest rates kind of still suck. So, you'll have to deal with that, kind of figure that part of it out. But it might work in your favor that the house that you were looking at is now discounted significantly, and you can get it where the monthly payment isn't so bad. So again, there's a lot of things that we have to look at. You have to make sure the house is, has a newer roof. You want to look for the things that are going to help keep your insurance premiums down. And they're, the state of Florida is adding more insurance companies, and they're working on that, but it's still not good. The insurance is still kind of a headache. So, but might be a chance for you out there to get a deal. I mean, if you're looking to buy and you've been wanting to live in Florida, I think now is the time. By the way, guys, if you like these videos, be sure to hit that subscribe button, click the little bell so you can get notified every time I make a new video. I put a new video out every Sunday at 10 a.m. and I am going to be doing some live streams. I know I keep telling you that, but I'm trying to line up some guests, and I don't want to sit there and talk to myself for an hour or bore you guys. So I'm trying to find some good people to come on live on Wednesday nights. But subscribe, leave a comment. I love it when you leave comments because this way I can see what you guys like, what you don't like. I get good and bad comments. I've had rude comments. That's okay. As long as they're not too rude, I let them stay. Some of you guys, you're never going to get your comments on my channel, but I'm just going to have it deleted, and YouTube does a good job of blocking it. But I mean, come on. It's like, there's people, decent people watching these videos. You don't need to be that rude. But please subscribe, and as I told you guys, I have a new landing page, and if you click that link, which is right down here in the About section, then you can go and subscribe and be part of my mailing list, and then I can give you exclusive updates about properties and things that are happening here in South Florida. And you can also get my relocation guide if you're thinking about relocating here. I have a brand new relocation guide. Or if you live here, or maybe you have some parents that live here and you want to know what the property is worth, you can get that, and I can do a free evaluation for you. So click the link, hit subscribe, all that good stuff, and let's help me get to 20,000 subscribers. All right, back to the video. So there's even good news for renters. The 3 metropolitan areas that had the biggest price drop in rentals were Miami, Dade, and Palm Beach County and Broward. They saw the biggest decrease in the median price of rentals for the first part of 2024. So if you're not ready to buy, right, and you're thinking, well, I still want to come down to South Florida and check it out, then get in touch with me, because I do help people find rentals all the time. I've done some videos about some really nice rentals, but I can do any rentals other than apartment complexes because they don't work with realtors. So if you're thinking about renting, reach out to me. Again, click that link, register so I can get your information and we can talk, and then we can set up a Zoom meeting. By the way, when I was talking about the average days on markets, just to give you guys an idea, I talked about like the condos are sitting longer and even homes are sitting longer. For homes, it's 59 days, and for condos, it's 58 days. So those are just the average numbers that properties are sitting compared to where things were selling in like a day or two before. Remember those days? Yeah, I do. And even not as recently as they were like 31 days. Now it's like almost 60 days is the average. And lastly, the F word. No, not that one. Not that one either. Foreclosures. We're seeing them. They're happening more than in a long time. According to the South Florida Business Journal, foreclosures are up 50% this year over 2022. And the number of FHA loans that are 90 days behind is something like 12%. So I'm not sure what it is on conventional, but we're starting to see the downward spiral of the Florida real estate market. And the 3 biggest areas in the state of Florida that are seeing foreclosures are Lakeland, Orlando, and Miami. So maybe you start to keep your eye out for foreclosures and get that deal. Maybe you are going to get that $500,000 house for $250,000 that I kept seeing people say they're going to wait and hold out for. I kind of thought that's never going to happen, but maybe I was wrong. It might be. Now, home prices are still up 3.9% here in the state of Florida, according to Florida Realtors. So, look, there's a lot of us on YouTube talking. There's a lot of data out there. You can find any numbers if you look hard enough. Take it from me, a guy who's out here working the real estate market, working with buyers, and a guy who has properties for sale. One of my properties went under contract pretty quick, I think 22 days. And we did come off the price. We listed it high, and we realized that wasn't working, and so we dropped the price, but he's still happy. But a home is worth what someone's willing to pay for it. Anyway, so look, the real estate market is definitely changing in Florida, and it's definitely going down. Even though there's still people that argue and say, no, it's not, Paul, homes are selling left and right. No, I've talked to a lot of realtors. I'm getting a ton of emails and requests from title people looking for business and mortgage lenders looking for business, and just people in general, like, hey, and all other kinds of business. Being a YouTuber, getting a ton of people reaching out to me for work, like, hey, can we do your listings for you and stuff. So, the market is what it is. The economy kind of sucks. Inflation's high. Interest rates are high. It's not a pretty picture. So, and I've always been honest with you on this channel. Yes, there's properties to buy, and yes, I'm a realtor, and my job is to get you to move to Florida and buy properties. I'm not going to lie about that. That's how I make a living. But there is also deals to be had, and prices are dropping. So, and I'm being truthful about that, just like I was truthful about the condo crisis video. And that's why that video has 1.3 million views, because it was a good video and it was truthful, and I told you about something that's actually happening, and we're seeing it still today. It's still happening. So anyway, I appreciate you guys watching. You know what to do. Subscribe, like, share, give me a call. You can reach me for anything that you need for real estate. All my contact information's there. And just keep watching, you know. We'll see what happens with the Florida real estate market. Right now, it might be a good time for you to buy. If you can hang with the insurance and stuff, give me a call. We'll get out there and look. There's definitely a lot of properties to show you. All right, guys, until next time, wherever you are, get out and enjoy paradise. I'll talk to you real soon.
No one has yet discovered Ponce de Leon's fountain of youth, worse luck. But happy pensioners flock to Florida annually by the train and carload. Here they settle down happily to a life of leisure, hobbies, and gentle sports. Florida, they claim, is the next best thing to